Hey, everybody. Nick from Millburn, joined by Bill Hathaway, the unofficial mayor of Orange, my good friend Bill Buffet Hathaway. Bill, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. I'm okay.
Uh, yeah, so we're coming on this after a 69-57 loss at home. We got swept by the DePaul Blue Demons. Bill, I'm going to do some producing stuff real quick. If you could
Okay.
just give some stats and then I'll come back. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Seton Hall had a tough loss tonight. 69-57, as Nick said. I'm gonna go with some stats with Seton Hall. I have 69-57 loss. Tough loss for the Pirates. Hopefully we'll be back. Season's not over yet. Very positive. Got to stay very positive and focus on the remaining games that the Pirates have. AJ Stanton McCray had 13 points. Adam Bud Clark had 19. TJ Simpkins had 12. Hines had 6. They were 4 for 10 for 3 pointers. Free throws 11-15. And they got out rebounded 31-21. It was a tough game. They just a tough night at the crew. Greek night, I think it was. Greek night, Nick? Greek night?
Yeah, it was Greek. They got the kids to come out. There was the student section was a little better tonight. It was Greek night. They
Yep.
bussed them down. They fed them chicken fingers, and they gave them sweatshirts. And then they honored the Greeks, the fraternities.
That's great. That's a good positive way. The Seton Hall administration, get the students out to keep them positive for the remainder of the season. I thought the game was pretty. I thought Seton Hall had it in 5 minutes to go. Just some crucial turnovers that hurt us. In the key minutes of this last remaining of the game, and I think that it was kind of close at half, but we were only, or I don't know if we were up by 3 or losing by 3, but yeah, uh, it was a tough loss, but Seton Hall has a tendency of coming back. The season's not over. Basically, we have Georgetown, we have St. John's, Connecticut. And it's got to be a way of turning this program around. Mike Williams had some key. He didn't play that much tonight. Simpkins, Shaw kind of kept the same lineup as in the Butler game. I thought so too, Nick. He kept the same lineup. He never changed his lineup, which that seems of a good coach to be consistent. Like he's always been throughout the season. And it is what it is.
Yeah, let me as we get more people are hopping on, please feel free to make comments, join us. This show is your show and you're
And I
welcome.
really
Yeah,
enjoyed meeting Paul Fan tonight in person. That's
yeah,
my
it
guy,
was
Paul
no
Fan.
Paul's my brother like you are, Bill. And we're
Yeah.
gonna get Tom O'Brien on shortly. So it was Tau Delta Phi, whatever was there tonight, Sigma Mu Gamma, all these
Yeah.
fraternities. I wish you'd come out every game. I mean, come on. I mean, if you're a fraternity and you have Seton Hall spirit, you don't need fraternity night, Greek night to come to a game. It should be at every game. Okay?
Yep.
That's my
Yep.
PSA. And I'm a little fired up because I called WSOU and I
Yeah.
called tonight and someone's on the air saying the nail in the coffin. Guys, we're 8-8. 4 games left in the season. We win those 4 games. We're in the and we're sitting pretty. Everyone's talking about us because we beat St. John's and UConn.
You
There's
know,
no
you know what's
nail in the
crazy?
coffin. Yes,
You know
is it
what's
a little
crazy?
gloom right now? The 1979 New York Yankees were right, Bill. 1979
Yep.
New York Yankees on July 19th were 14 games down to the Boston Red Sox. Did Bob Lemon say the nail's in the coffin? No, they went out and played ball and they ended up winning the World Series. So this season, look, right now it's at a low point, but this season is not over.
No.
Please, it's
You know
not
what?
over.
You know what's
Now,
crazy, Nick? You know what's
what?
crazy?
What?
Creighton won tonight, beat UConn.
Creighton
They
beat
upset
UConn.
UConn.
This is the
Yep.
Big East on any night. Styles make fights, and I'm gonna stay on this because I want to bring Tom on. If we
Yep.
were ever going to play Hines and Payne together, I think tonight was the night. And he's shaking his head. You know, I'm going to bring him on right now. Bring him on right
Okay.
now. Tom O'Brien. I'm like kind of producing and doing everything. You know,
Yeah.
head cook, chef, waiter, bottle washer, everything tonight. My producers all, you know, it's all good. So
What's up, Coach?
anyway,
How you doing?
if we were ever gonna play zone
Yep.
tonight,
Yep.
Paul, I love you guys. Tom, you guys are all saying we're a matchup problem with them. They're gonna get the ball inside to Benson. If we're gonna play zone, if we're gonna play the bigs, tonight's the night.
Yep.
Tom,
Yeah.
please take over.
No. You are 100% right. There was an opportunity there where I thought, oh my God, it looks like he might pull the trigger there and bring him in, because it was just, and it just didn't happen. I don't know. This one hurts, guys. We dropped in Kempom. We were 45th before the game. Now we're 51. Like I told you guys last game, we needed a win. We needed this win and the rest. Can we? Yes. I mean, UConn loses tonight to Creighton. The problem that I have with this team right now, Nick, is we're taking steps backwards. We're not getting better. And in order to beat these teams, we gotta be playing fantastic. So, we're still gonna root for them. We're still gonna cheer for them. I just don't know what the problem is right now. We had a decent first half right out of the gate.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
I thought, we were going to put the foot on the pedal and just run. And, we had some bumps there. I got to say, DePaul is not a bad team. DePaul is not a bad team.
Big East, not at all.
No.
Nope.
They shoot. They shot well from outside. They crashed the boards and got a lot of easy putbacks. So how does this team react? How does Shaw react after this when we were expected to kind of win?
Well, Tom, let me just ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is the nail in the coffin, right? Like when I heard that remark, I went off. Come on, Tom. You've been coaching. You're going to tell your team in the locker room the nail's in the coffin?
No. And I hope he shuts the radio off on that show or doesn't tell his players to listen to them, because even the last show, they were like, oh, Simpkins shouldn't be starting. Well, that's bull crap. We need him. And then right off the bat, he played great. He played. He had a good game today. Simpkins had a good game today. He did.
Yeah.
But no, you can't. Not at the tail end of the season where anything can flip. We could flip and start playing well. You don't do that. We're no nail in the coffin.
That's ludicrous. I thought that was a ludicrous statement to make. If you're a commentator, you know basketball.
That's why I don't call into that show. They don't know basketball. They just don't know basketball.
Yeah.
If we don't make the NCAA tournament, we'll make the NIT. I'd like to hear your thoughts on if Shaw takes this team if we do make if somehow we don't do well, we make the NIT. Do you leave the seniors at home and play the guys that are going to come back next year?
That's an interesting point. I think if you make the NIT, you're going to the NIT to win the NIT again, right? You're going to win it 2 out of 3 years. So that's a good point. And I think you take a vote from first you take a team vote and see if they want to go to the NIT.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys are seniors. This is their last hurrah. I think they're going to vote yes, and I think they're going to want to go. I mean, I think AJ St. McCray, Mike, but again, I don't want to think about the NIT right now because you're being logical, you're being realistic, and I'm being a fan. But you never know, right?
You just don't know. And then it's already started with the coaching carousel happening right now for next year and moving forward. You've got Providence, he's out. You got Boston College, he's out.
And Kansas State.
Kansas State.
He's really out.
He's really out. There are a bunch of top teams right now. I can name 6 of them. And I was talking to this guy today, and he does it. It's called a Terp Talk. It's from University of Maryland, and they hate Willard. He hates
Yeah,
him.
they can't stand him.
Oh, you have no idea. I had a long conversation. He's like, don't even bring up his name. What he did to this organization was just really, really bad. But he was saying, in terms of all the coaches, he goes, Tom, you ever think Shaw could leave? I go, yeah, he could. He could. I mean, and he's like, well, Willard did. I go, yeah, Willard did. Willard had a good run here, and could Shaw go for the money? Because right now, these guys are getting paid a lot of money. That would be interesting to see, because there's a lot of and my friend at New Mexico, I can't we'll just leave it there, but that there's going to be some changes down the road in the coaching carousel there, but.
It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah. I'm looking at the stats, Bill, and Payne did nothing. He did nothing. Rivera did nothing. It was interesting how he kept Dar in those crucial minutes.
He likes Dar's defense on the front.
He's like, he's the Rodman of the team. He's not a great shooter. He's the guy that's going to bring a lot of energy, get a lot of offensive, defensive rebounds. And but we were, it was bleeding, and we couldn't score. And I was wondering when he was going to put Simpkins back in, but oh well, that was his call. Next game up. That's what you got to look, right, Nick?
Yeah,
I'm not 100% over this game yet, but yeah, you're right. I mean, but I think when you look at our stats tonight, I mean, our point guard had a good game.
Yeah.
Let me look at this. AJ St. McCray 13, Clark 19, Simpkins 12. But then, but that was it.
That's it.
You score 57 points in your Seton Hall, and it's flashbacks to last year when we were next to last in the country in offensive efficiency and points scored a game. And yes, we're a very good defensive team, and everybody says that. But you can't score 57 points at home in a Big East game and expect to win it. I'm sorry, you just can't. And in 18 minutes, Hines had 6.5 rebounds. I think it's time we got to up. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know the insides of the team. Yes, he looks like a freshman at time, but again, I think the upside's there, and I think it's just worth playing him a little bit more. I mean, I'd like to see that 18 maybe hit 25 to 30. Yeah. God, what do you think? I mean, come on. 18 minutes a game and 5 rebounds, 6 points. Yeah. That's better. And another thing, I think Trey Parker, I don't want to overlook him. He made probably one of the most athletic plays. I don't know if you saw it on TV.
Yeah.
That I've seen in a long time. It was a hustle play, and it was an athletic play.
Yeah.
And a kid like that, who this is it for him, the end of the road, college anyway. Your comment for someone like him, if they're in the NIT, I'd like to see kids like that play some more, because I think it's important.
That was incredible.
Tom, if I wanted to share with you and Nick, I got the Big East men's notes right now. As of tonight, I guess Seton Hall lost. They lost 8-8, and Creighton won. Then now they're 8-8 also in the Big East. And DePaul is 6-9, and Georgetown is 5-9. So that's gonna
wait. Nick, who's after us? They're 6-9. We're 8-8, and the next team's 6-9.
Georgetown.
Creighton is gonna be 8-8.
8.
With their win. DePaul is going to be 6-9, and Georgetown is 5-9.
See, so what I want to do, Bill and Tom, what I want to do, what I think is so important, is we have to come in 4 or 5 and get a bye in the first round. And then not play Wednesday, then play Thursday, probably play Creighton Thursday. And if we could ever beat Creighton, then we're playing the number 1 seed, St. John's. And you never know. We almost beat them at the Garden the last time. We're up 16 at the half. So that's why I'm saying this season is far from over. There's a lot of things that could happen.
The season in my mind is not over, I think, because you know why, Tom? because I've watched this team, many occasions come back and
Up and
during the
down, up
regular
and down.
yeah, during the regular season, they came back from a 15-point deficit to beat Creighton, and also in reference to St. John's, I didn't go to the St. John's game, but they lost by 15. But any given night in the Big East, that could happen. You know, it's just like this. Say Saturday, Seton Hall wins, and St. John's lose to Villanova. It could shuffle. You like to it's a shuffle right now. It's like 500. Seton Hall's about 500. They're 4-4 at home. They're 4-4 away. I mean, the season's not over. In my mind, the season's not over. Got plenty of basketball. It could be an opportunity where Seton Hall comes in on Saturday, beat Georgetown. Then they could be
Yes.
possibly upset
Yes,
St. John's.
one game at a time.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Coach,
Not
tell me
over.
about the Creighton game tonight, because obviously I was at the Rock with Buffet Bill, and we didn't get a chance to watch the game. Tell me about the game.
I didn't see the game. I'm sorry. I didn't.
What was the final?
I think they won by 7.
Okay, and where was the game?
It was at UConn.
Whoa! Was at UConn.
Yeah, that's a huge quad 1 win.
And matter of fact, Georgetown almost upset UConn last Saturday.
Yeah, they did. They did. So here's what I like. So we got 4 games left. Got to win Georgetown.
2 at home, 2 on the road.
Yeah, you got to be Saturday 6:00. And then we play UConn at UConn. And we have Xavier. And then we have St. John's. I think we can beat St. John's out of all those.
We can beat St. John's at home.
I think that's a very realistic quad 1 win that can happen. It's just these other sleepers, guys, that Georgetown and Xavier, we can't go to sleep like we did tonight.
No.
Cannot. I mean, Greg Anthony's like, oh, this really hurts Seton Hall's chances. Yes, it definitely does. But he even said, he goes, they still have to play 2 quad 1 teams. And if they can take 1, and if they can take 2, they're solid. But if they can take 1 and then win 1 Big East game, they'll probably make it.
Right. So does that sound like a nail in the coffin? Does that sound like a season that's over? No. And Greg Anthony's still sore. Wasn't he on the UNLV team that we beat in the NCAA tournament?
Oh, yeah.
Greg Anthony.
The running Rebels, man.
Greg Anthony, the running Rebels, with Larry Johnson. And
they thought they were going to blow us out.
Yeah, they thought they were going to blow us out, Greg Anthony, in the NCAA tournament. And what happened? He's probably still bitter over that, Greg Anthony.
Yeah.
Please. but anyway, yeah. So tonight, tonight was disappointing. Very, very disappointing. We didn't get the interior play that we needed. Benson killed us inside, like you and Paul said he would. 21 points, 8 rebounds, NJ Benson. We just couldn't. We had no answer for NJ Benson. Got Payne in foul trouble, and Hines, played okay. 18 minutes. We're all saying we'd like to see him, get a little bit more of a run. Let's bring Frankie A on. Frank's coming on and off. I don't want to lose him. Oh God, Frankie A off. Yeah, that was. Frank, if you're hearing us, whatever that noise is, he's going off and he's coming back on. How did the crowd look on TV tonight? Did the student section look decent?
No.
Oh God.
That's what my next question. My sister didn't go to the game. And we were texting like, damn, the crowd's just really there's no snow. You said it's Greek week. They should have been out there. How did the student section look? Because they didn't show much of the student section.
Okay, so we get there right when the gates open. So we're going in, and the students are going in, and they're running to get to their seats because, one, they get chicken tenders, and they feed them and now they're busting them down. And 2, they get a sweatshirt, and it's Greek night. And so the student section was better than normal because of Greek night. But I went on a rant at the beginning. If it has, every night should be Greek night for these. You show some Seton Hall pride, you Greeks.
Yeah.
Go to all the games.
Yeah.
You don't need a free buffet. Don't be. I mean, Bill will give you some of his chicken nuggets or whatever he's having at the buffet. I mean, that's ridiculous. Give these kids a food voucher. Give them a food voucher. Do something. Oh my God! It's just we I know I'm going on a rant, but Carino's killing the student section. Everyone's killing the student section, but there's a good reason. Because when Tom O'Brien's sitting down from his palatial estate in North Carolina watching the game on TV, he wants to see students in the flipping student section.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely disappointing. The other seats, except for midcourt, was pretty empty. I mean, God, back in the day when I went to Seton Hall, the games, I mean, we were at the Meadowlands there, and student section, was pretty solid. Yeah, it holds 19,000, but we would get 11, 12,000 people. I don't think you got that tonight.
No, we're third to last in its home attendance in the Big East.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're averaging, I think, like 65 or something like that. And part of it, I think the student section is driving those numbers down. Because I know the season tickets holder sales are decent. They're not like they were back in the day. And speaking to back in the day, I remember sitting behind the student section in my season tickets on at the Hare Caber, and we had Brian Caber on the other day.
Yeah.
And those seats, the students stood the whole game. And you couldn't sit, right? And there's just more enthusiasm. And you didn't need Greek night for people to come. They came because they have pirate pride.
Yep. And Nick, my seats were right exactly where you were. So we know each other now, but we probably would.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where my mom got us season tickets there, right behind the student section, coming down, coming down there. And, and that we would come in, actually, they were right near where they come out, like the players in the hall.
Yeah.
So we were right there. But you know what? This one hurts. This one hurts because I chalked up a win here. And it didn't happen. I look at the points. We scored 22 points in the second half. Bill, help me with that.
That's not good.
Guys, I have some comments, okay? I gotta. Yeah. I'm new at this producing stuff, okay? I'm multitasking. I have one producer. I love her to death. Great. She's getting married, so she gets an excused absence. Eli worked today. He gets an excused absence, and I think Bobby's DJing. So I'm the producer. I'm the chief cook, bottle washer, everything else. But that's okay. Bill Field.
I'll read the comments.
All right, you see him? Read the comments. Could you see him?
I don't see him yet.
Wait, okay. Oh, I did.
Okay, here it is. Alan Henderson. Come on, even Hurley is complaining about attendance at UConn home games.
Right. Well, because I mean, but we're not UConn, so that bodes when we go to UConn. Maybe their student section won't be blown up. I don't know. Read this one.
Bill Fields. A different world. There's no student connection to players. They aren't on campus for more than 6 months.
Bill Field, I'm going to let you in on an inside story. They're not even on campus because the dorm that they live is across the street on the other side of South Orange Avenue. So technically, they're not on campus. Okay? So, and back in the day, they were. I mean, my son... Frank roomed with a player. My son roomed with a player. So it was a little bit different, but I don't know. I don't buy. There's more than one piece to this abysmal student section. What's this one? Let's see.
Alan Henderson. All the people complaining about the crowd don't show up themselves.
Well, Alan Henderson, Bill Hathaway's at the game. Nick Romano's at the game. and Tom O'Brien's in North Carolina, or he'd be at the game.
Damn right.
Yeah, so yes, I agree with you, Alan, and I hope you were at the game. If you are, come by in section 11 and say hello. I'm on fire tonight. Let's go.
I cannot believe they're giving out free food to get the kids to the game.
Oh,
that is
they bust some free
insane.
food.
That's insane. Maybe
I know.
What if you give them a free beer if they're 21? Would that
all right?
Alan Henderson says bad game by Shaw.
Tom, take that.
No. Shaw doesn't shoot the baskets. No. We just got cold at the wrong time in the second half. First half was fine. We had the lead, played good defense, scored 35 points, and then, we only scored 22.
And you know what? He's one of the best coaches in the country. Shaheen Holloway is one of the best premier coaches in the country.
He'd be gobbled up in a second.
If anybody watches college basketball, and no respect, no disrespect to Mr. Henderson, Shaheen Holloway is one of the best that Seton Hall has. He's an alumni. He played there. He's correct. So he's one of the best Big East coaches of the year. Matter of fact, if I was to vote, I'm a reporter, I would vote for him coach of the year because he kind of turned his program around. So you don't blame the coach. You don't blame the coach. You don't blame the coach.
If you're voting for the Big East coach of the year today, who do you vote for? I vote for Shaheen Holloway.
I would too.
Tom? I mean, I don't know. I mean, not Pitino. Pitino,
no.
But anyway, I won't who would
not
you
Pitino or Willard. No.
Right, no.
Let's see how the season finishes out. That's what I want to see. Because you know what? We still have a lot of basketball to play, just like
Bill Field says the crowd looked awful on TV, empty seats everywhere.
Well, you know what? Perception is reality, right? So if the crowd looked awful on TV, the crowd was awful. All right.
My buddy Lou Monaco, DePaul wins 11-0, second chance points, 35-22, rebound margin 12-3, offensive rebounds, UGG.
Yeah, they out-rebounded us. They definitely did. Offense and defense. Normally we get, a shot goes up, and normally we get, second and third chances. This game, we didn't have that opportunity. And, the quality of shots in the second half was a lot different than it was in the first half. I thought Bud maybe tried to press a little bit too much from time to time but yeah, I'm looking at the stats here. The rebounding was just wasn't there, especially our second chances there. So,
all right, Bill, go.
Bill Field says again, guys, I think our offense style doesn't equate to exciting hoops. Reminds me of the Pitt team need to score to get fans pumped.
Oh,
defensive teams don't bring fans in.
Bill Field, you're 100% correct. But we knew this. This team, Shaw's a defensive first coach. This team was built on defense and scoring in transition. We looked at last year, we were next to last in the countries in points scored. We're better this year. But when he brought this team in, you are what the back of your baseball card says you are. And there wasn't an outstanding three-point shooter on this group. And we've been saying that all along. And then when you rely on the three and you rely on your guard play, and you have this, and you have no inside offense. So yes, I wouldn't say this is an exciting offensive team. Bill, go.
Alan Henderson, Shaw is a great defensive coach, but his offense needs work.
Coach, take that one.
Yeah. Again, this is the type of team that he brought in, and defense is number one priority. And then Nick, you said it. We're feeding off the defense to get our offense rolling. One thing I will say is when Payne does get in the games and when he plays and sets the high screens, and the same thing with Hines, they roll to the basket. Payne they don't look for Payne. but they do look for Hines. And I thought Williams is one. I'll tell you, he's coming off the bench. He comes off a screen, and when he drives, he dumps it down to Hines. He did it twice tonight, and he did it the previous game. That's what we need. Inside presence there. Payne is not an offensive threat down low. They don't double team him. When Hines gets the ball, you saw tonight, when he gets it, they surround him. He had a couple of bad decisions, but he also had some good decisions there as well. But I'd love to see both of them on the same court to see, okay, what are you going to do with our big guys here?
Yeah, I want just once. Once.
Give me
it can't hurt, right? It can't hurt. And guys, just so you know, I appreciate you guys. We are near one of our records in viewership, so keep the comments coming. Yeah, it's 11:06 on a Wednesday night, and we're talking Seton Hall basketball. Bill's getting a cup of coffee or something.
Go ahead.
Read the comment.
Bill Fields says Willard hands down, guys.
I'll take that one. Bill Fields, and I hear you're a marketing genius, and I respect that. But Bill Fields, were they predicted to come in last? We were predicted to come in last. Maybe 2 wins. We had 2 Big East wins last year, okay? And yes, we're disappointed right now. We have 8. I don't know about Willard. I my money's on Shaw, but let's play the season out and let's see. But I appreciate your comments. All right, let's go. Lou Monaco.
From Carino, we just looked like we was in quicksand. Hall coach Shaheen Holloway said we didn't have no burst and did uncharacteristic things down the stretch that we normally don't do.
Coach, is that throwing your team under the bus?
Hey, we had some turnovers there that just were definitely uncharacteristic on both Bud and then Simpkins. But yeah, I don't like that throwing them under the bus there. Listen, we were in the game the last 9 minutes. We just Bill, and you probably have this stat, and I think there was a 6-minute stretch there that we didn't score a basket, right?
No, I don't have it.
Yeah,
I don't have that one.
Anthony had pulled it out. Greg Anthony has said this. Hall hadn't scored a basket. And then when we go to the foul line, this one hurt. McRae had a 3-point. He got fouled on that 3-pointer. Or no, he got fouled, and he shoot 81%, and he missed another one. And then Bud missed another one. So, like I said,
I just think we had some key shots. We just couldn't. In the second half, we just couldn't finish it. We were up by a couple points, Nick, and 5 minutes to go, and we just couldn't close it out.
No, it was Styles, and I think that they're a very physical team, and I think they out-physicaled us. I mean,
they did.
Yeah, especially they bully balled us. They bully balled us inside.
Yeah.
Bill.
Bill Fields says, "Come on, Nick. What was predicted to do after the Neptune disaster?"
Okay, but Bill, and I don't think the Neptune disaster was nearly as much of a disaster as last year our disaster. And look, yes, Willard. Let's see how it plays out. But I think right now you could say, and I'm a Willard guy. I'm not one of these Seton Hall guys that are that are mad at him for leaving. God bless them. But yeah, I think it's safe to say Big East Coach of the Year is going to be either from someone who lived in Westfield, New Jersey, or someone that now resides in Springfield, New Jersey. Let's leave it at that.
That's good.
What else, Bill? Okay, we saw that.
Bill comes back and says, "Come on, Nick. What was predicted to do after?" Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah. Matty P. I'm going to put Matty P on, okay? And Bill, stay up a little bit. We're breaking a record, Bill. You can't go anywhere.
They love you.
All right.
I'm going to try another 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
All right, Maddie, let me ask you this. Is this game? We heard a comment tonight on the radio. A nail in the coffin. Is there a nail in the coffin, Matty?
I heard that comment. And I don't think so. I'm very disappointed with that comment. But again, that's their radio show. They said it. We got to win. We got to, but if we have a second half like we did tonight, where our offense sputtered, and again, there's a couple calls here where, turnovers. There are some key possessions we let go, and we didn't build on the lead we had in the second half, and we let the ball just get right back in that game. Was the out of bounds call that they won the turning point of the second half? I don't know. I didn't hear some of your show because I was driving home. Could that have been the key? Was it foul trouble between AJ and Payne? Could be. I don't know why Hines. There's a question on Hallline why Hines was not playing the last part of that game.
We got the same question. Why do you think?
I think he fell down a couple times. He lost possession. Shaw did not want him there. Every time the ball went to him, he coughed it up. He was part of the turnover issue. So that answers that question, why he wasn't there. Shaw went to people that he could count on. It just didn't turn out. And the ball, again, I'm going to come back to it. We are not defending the three-pointer. We are leaving guys open, and that's what's hurting us. And that's what hurt us tonight again in the second half with the ball. And the ball, the ball bounces a certain way. And when we're on that opposite end, this time in the second half, and unfortunately, we lost by a lot. And I was very shocked that we were going to lose tonight. I was just like, are you kidding me? I know we lost to DePaul in DePaul, but to lose at them at home by 12 points, like, come on, guys. What went on? I mean, 3 games in 1 week. Is that, and this is a question for anybody that knows, was that a Big East scheduling or is it prudential scheduling? Because, we have 1 game next week on Saturday at UConn. We have no other games. And one of these games this week could have got moved to that. So,
let me touch on that because I think it's a little of both. Because when you put a schedule together, the Big East, I'm sure, gives them parameters, and you have to do this game between X amount of dates. And now you have a building that you're not the number one tenant of that building. There's a National Hockey League team that's the number one tenant. So you're filling behind them. And then and I don't know what other activities, I don't know if Disney on Ice or anything else is coming in lately, but I know it's hard when you're not the number one tenant. But talking about games, okay, and you talked about officiating. Did anybody watch a North Carolina State game last night?
I did.
What did you notice about that game that was similar with our game?
Some of that.
Well, State, well, right off the bat, it was physical to begin with.
Right.
I mean, you had one player from State get cut on the eye.
Right.
It was physical. They let them play. They definitely let them play.
Who let them play?
Who? The refs.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Did you notice anything? Pat Driscoll did North Carolina last night and got paid a nice amount of money for doing that, hopped on a plane or drove back and did Seton Hall tonight.
Wow. That's right.
And he's gonna do a game tomorrow. So Matty, you talk about players playing 3 games in a week. 65-year-old men are trying to keep up with these players doing a game every night. It's ridiculous. NCAA should do that. You can't do two games in a row. One in North Carolina, one in New Jersey. That's insane.
Matt Potter's, the big guy. You got what? Kissinger right? Kip Kissinger, he's the top official doing a lot of games. And you got Roger Ayers. He's all over the place. I mean, everyone's if you got Ken Palm, you could see how
All
many
these guys. And they're making, I mean, I'm not begrudging anyone, but they're making 5, 6K a game.
and the only reason I'm bringing up the schedule,
Yeah.
brought it up. Okay, he made a comment about the schedule. I don't know if you guys caught that, and Jerry Carino or somebody had that. Um, you know, so that's the only reason I brought it up tonight. And
Well, no, you're right, because Shaw was complaining about it. But I think as egregious as the official schedule, right? So how could you do an ACC game on a Tuesday night and then do a Big East game on a Wednesday night? And I guarantee you, Pat Driscoll's going to be somewhere, if not Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's too much. Too much. There needs to be a regulation. NBA guys don't work games like that, right? I'm sure they have it in their contract.
well, you know who's in charge of the Big East officials in our conference?
Yeah, the other guy.
John Cahill.
John Cahill, another guy. He's doing 100 games a year, too.
And if you go look in Ken, I thought he was back doing games, but he's not. It's his son. So,
John Cahill isn't? No, I thought I saw Cahill this year.
no, it's his son. It's his son. He's got to fix it with the father and sons.
Oh, God.
It's an off-season project. I got him already. I said, hey, listen, I saw John Cahill do a Seton Hall game. Is that the father or the son? He goes, no, that's the son. The father. Same thing with the other guy, Eddie. Eddie, he retired a long time ago too.
Corbett. There's a Corbett.
Yeah, his son's officiating now too.
And then you got these other guys who are toiling in high school for years, can't get a break. And Cloggerty, right? His son, worst call in the history of college basketball, and his son's now working our games. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they missed a lot of key calls. One was right in front of Driscoll. Like, how do you miss that? As the crew official, you missed that call like big time. Like, so
he was probably jet lagged. Driscoll was probably jet lagged.
Yeah. No.
So hey, I think we also need to put some eyes on the Creighton schedule because they're.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
all right.
Their last 4 games, they play this Saturday against St. John's. Then they play DePaul. Then they have Providence. And then they have Butler. So if I look at that schedule, it's a little light. They've got one quad game. And then they got to play DePaul, who's playing well right now. Providence, I think they're done. And they're going to probably fire their coach they're going to wait till after the season. And then they have Butler.
I'm surprised he's not gone already. I'm shocked that he's not gone after that debacle.
Yeah, I mean, the K-State guy got fired for the comments he made.
Right.
Back in December.
So I think Providence is going to wait till after the season.
Yeah, they only got 4 games left here, but we got to keep eyes on that because, Creighton's win tonight definitely moves them up in KenPom for sure. But yeah, we got to watch out for them. But they only have, again, guys, I think we can beat St. John's. UConn is a toss, but we've got to win those other games. Otherwise, we're going NIT.
Come on, like tonight, I mean, the crowd wasn't in the game hardly.
Jesus.
But we're not helping the kids, the athletes play. I mean,
Do they see that? Do the players see I'm in an arena, I'm playing Division I, I'm playing in the Big East, and there's only 6,000 people here?
I think.
How does a player take that? That's my question. Because I've always wondered, what if we did pack it in? All right, we want to come back next year. We want to run this show again. So I don't know how that psychologically that impacts them. I don't know.
It does. I mean, you look at you guys watch the UNC NC State game.
Yeah.
You're not ranked. NC State's not ranked. They come out. you know, all the ACC schools, all the you know, uh, SEC schools. You know, I somebody that was a Syracuse graduate, and her family members, all their family members, the Carrier Dome, as much as it's limited, is packed almost every game. I mean, they make it a point, and again, it's on campus arena, different, but you know, some of these other schools, same thing. I mean, you know, but I was glad to see what the sorority filled those student seats tonight. You
But
know,
Maddie, it had to be Greek night. They had to bus them, they had to feed them, and they had to clothe them. And come on, you need
I
Greek
know,
night to go to a game. Go every night. Show some pride.
Hey, Alan Henderson said that Georgetown and St. John's game will be sellouts.
oh yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about Georgetown, but St. John's, yes.
But
St.
here's the
Georgetown?
thing. Maddie, did you see they're having a promotion? Because the students are going to be away for Georgetown, for the St. John's game. So
Yeah.
they're doing a promotion. What is it? $45. You get 2 tickets in the student section. So anybody, is that your aunt? She could go sit in the student section if she wants for $45 with a friend. So maybe that'll work. I don't know, but I wish they're going to be sellouts. The St. John's game, I mean, in my mind, it's going to be a sellout. It should be. I'm going to be there. Bill's going to be there. Maddie's going to be there. Tom's going to be watching from North Carolina.
I might come to that one.
Come say hello to us.
I might come to that one because I'm
Come
getting
look for us.
Yeah, I'm looking at right now to see if I can go to that one. So I might come.
But I mean, I would imagine attendance was up this year compared to last year.
We're third in we're third to last in the league in attendance, home attendance
This year.
this year.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You would think it would be better. In my opinion, I think the student section is dragging the total numbers down. Right?
Yeah, I would think because there's 500 seats, 200.
500 or more in that section. It's a big section. Yeah.
I think when I made the comment in the Seton Hall group, if you can't get the students, get groups, and that's something to relay to the ticket office to make that deal going because.
No, I know they do a good job with the groups, and the groups are behind the other basket. In the last game, I know my future son-in-law had a group from his school there, and that was more. There were more groups behind that basket than there were students in the student section. And I want to go on one thing, Maddie. You were at the game, right?
Yeah.
Bill, you were at the game, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about the mattress race? I want a recount on the mattress race.
I thought he broke his wrist when he got up and grabbed his arm. I'm like,
the kid went over the line and the mattress didn't. And I said that all year that somebody's going to get hurt, and I guess it happened, but the mattress didn't go over the line. So I think they should have a rematch on that mattress race because I don't think it was an official win there. I think that DJ, whatever his name is, was a little bit quick on the gun with the mattress race.
yeah. So,
Hey, do we have any? Good.
What's the NCAA rule on appeal? You saw what the coach did from DePaul.
What?
You saw what he did. He subbed the player, and then he called a timeout to appeal that out of bounds call. I think that shouldn't have allowed to be happened. I don't know the rule, but he should have called the timeout first to appeal it.
Well, what he did, Maddie, was actually smart.
Yes.
I was sitting next to an official. What he did was Tom, he went a sub to drag out the time as his guys were looking at the replay. So that rule needs to be tweaked maybe, but Holman just he exploited the rule.
Yep, and that's what Shaw's got to do when calls close like that, and you're going to need more time. Sub a player because call the timeout. You could always pull that player back out.
Now, let me ask you guys this. So he called timeout, or he subbed the player, called timeout. Could that player go back in after the timeout?
Yes, because he's already made the substitution
He
before
can't
the
sub him
timeout.
again.
No, he
He's
can't.
got it.
No, he can't sub him again. But yeah, he's in. That's it.
Right. He can't pull.
That's
He
it.
can't
That's
sub the
it.
sub. Right.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Right.
That guy out, but he could put somebody else in for another person.
For another person. Right.
Yes.
But not for that person.
Not for
Right.
that one. Yeah, exactly.
See, we know the rules, Pat Driscoll. We know the rules.
Yeah. So, yeah, the offense sputtered from 35 to 22, right?
Yeah, and we were only getting one shot. It wasn't like we were missing and getting offensive rebounds left and right. It was an odd second half because we came out of the gate, boom, we score a layup with Bud. All right, we're up 4. I'm thinking we're starting to take some control here, and Bill had said basically we kind of let him back in, and we did. We let him back in, and then we just got cold. We got cold.
You know, AJ and Bud had the points, but you know, Simpkins then helped. You know, he helped a little, but didn't help. You know, that's where you got to get Simpkins, or you know, is it Payne or Hines? And I think he wanted to use Hines, but Hines kept, you know, coughing the ball up a little bit, and that's when he had to say, "Okay, I'm going to go with Payne, and I'm going to have to go with Dar and you know, Fisher." And it didn't work out. And
Another thing that you might want to, that I noticed tonight, I don't think Godswill was dressed, right?
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, because Godswill would have got a couple of those minutes the way the rotation has been going. So, yeah.
I don't know. Was he on the injury report?
I didn't see it. I was at the game. I didn't get a chance to look at the injury report.
Jerry Carino just reported that he was unavailable, and that was it. That was the only nothing else.
Well, he only played a minute that last game, and he had 2 fouls in that minute with offensive screens. Jeez.
Yeah.
Pretty
Wait,
bad.
hold on. Bill.
Oh,
Lou Monaco knee injury.
He had a knee injury. Thank you, Lou.
thanks. So let's keep positive. The nail's not in the coffin, but I would like to see us win win home against Georgetown, and you know, one game at a time. I mean, so what Creighton did at UConn. Everyone says it's not. You know, could UConn be, you know, hitting a streak? So, and then definitely you have to win at Xavier, which, you know, when you look at the metrics of predictions of the you know, 5 games, when I looked at them, DePaul, Georgetown metrics were high to win those games. Xavier's under 50% to win there, but UConn and St. John's are really, really low, like under 10% percentage. You know, so you know, let's hopefully, you know,
We can't have a second half like we did.
No.
We cannot.
Yeah,
We
we
cannot. You'll never win games under 25 points in any half. You will not win. That's just numbers.
And Tom, Nick, you said this. If we score 72 points, we win games.
Yeah.
And there's statistics out there. When we when we have 70 or more points, we're pretty, you know, we only have, I think, 1 or 2 defeats on that. So we're pretty strong on that. And then when we hold opponents under 65 points or something, we have a good streak. So the defense really didn't click tonight as much as we really wanted to. And the offense really didn't get going, you know, second half like we normally do. And, you know, we were lucky DePaul didn't score in the last 2.5 minutes. So, but free throws, you know, if you're not scoring at the basket, free throws kind of gain your momentum to get back in the game, to set up the defense, you know, and we missed a couple key times, one-on-ones, you know, that could have kept us really close, you know, rather than the 12.
We're at 55. So Maddie, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. We got to come out Saturday and right out of the gate, take Georgetown right out of the game. You can't leave and allow teams to be in the game. You gotta go up big in the first half. And if people are listening, you gotta come to the last 2 home games. You
Yeah.
gotta root on the Pirates. Let them control their own destiny. Um, Going into the Big East tournament. And one final thought. March 9th is a Seton Hall fundraiser. I don't know if you follow Jerry Carino. He got it out of the AD. It's going to be, I forgot where it's going to be for the Pirate Blue. It's going to be 500 a person. It's a fundraiser for the NIL and a bunch of other stuff. But there's going to be 2 coaches doing
Okay.
Yeah. One is going to be Shaw, and the other one is going to be PJ Carlissimo.
Oh, that's okay. That's worth
So
500. Okay.
if
Okay.
anybody's interested, I don't know where he said it's going to be, but it's March 9th. It's Monday night. But I just want to pass that along. You could watch Jerry Carino's little interview of Brian Felt, the AD.
Yeah, and we're working on Bill's working on getting Brian on here. So we've gotten players on. We got a women's coach on, and now we're working on getting the AD on.
Yeah, nice to hear from him because he had a lot of stuff positive to say about Shaw and NIL and other things, and I was really happy to listen to that conversation. So maybe we can get Jerry Carino on.
Yeah. Speaking of NIL. And I think it's important. I mean, we were selling bricks, we were doing things. Someone calls Hallline, and again, I don't want to give money to the NL. I'd rather give my money to the ASPCA. Okay, you can do that. It's your money, but then don't complain because it's a new game right now. It's not a ridiculous game. This is it. You want Seton Hall? You got to pony up. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. Mr. O'Brien, final thoughts.
Nick, what's most important to you right now? I think your daughter's getting married this weekend.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm rooting for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I hope this Saturday it's gonna be a win for you and your family, and I hope it's a win for the Seton Hall family.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Bill, final thoughts.
A disappointing loss by the Pirates tonight, but I think the Pirates will stay in it through the end of March. Through the end of the season and be successful. And hopefully, the NCAA committee will decide if they're going to be a wild card in the NCAA. And the women's congratulations to the women's team tonight. They won big. So that's my final thoughts, Nick. And have a good night.
Thank you. My final thoughts are: I'd like to thank everyone, guys. When I started doing this, I had a vision, and this has beat everything that I thought of. I did not know Tom O'Brien. I did not know Matty P. And we're getting people popping on, comments. The viewership is going up. So thank you, everyone, for this. Thank you, everyone, for the Seton Hall community. And look, I didn't really want to get on, SOU kids, but we got to stay. We're not a professional team. Even though players are getting compensated for NIL, use of their name, image, and likeness, we're not a professional team. So it's not the Yankees where, you boo this guy, you boo that guy, or anything else. We got to stay positive. And there's a good chunk of the season left, right? We have 4 games left down the stretch. So who knows what could happen in those 4 games? And then there's something called the Big East tournament. And, we could be in shape to win a few games in the Big East tournament. So this season is far from over. There's no nail in any proverbial coffin. So we need people to come out to the game, both students and alumni and, Subway alumnus, because this is our passion, Seton Hall Pirate basketball. This is our passion. And we have to support them. And yes, sometimes the games don't go the way you want them to. But at the beginning of the year, we won 2 flipping games in the Big East last year, 7 overall. And now we have 8 Big East wins. We were predicted to come in probably worse than last. Okay? And we're battling for 4th or 5th place right now. I know. We got off to a great start. Expectations shot up. We were ranked 25 in the country. But we have to look at it now. and we can't jump off the ship. We can't. There's plenty of room for people to support this team. We need additions, not subtractions. We need to stay positive. We need to root for this team. Pirate Blue, go Pirates. Thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart for joining, watching, commenting, participating. And I will see you Saturday. Thank you.